Turn up your hearing aids, Grandpa. I can't tell you the number of times I've heard that as a hearing impaired person. Let me tell you some things about hearing that might surprise you. 48 million Americans are hearing impaired. 13.2% of all children ages 6 to 19 are hearing impaired. 22 million Americans are subjected to hazardous noise each year. And 2.7 million veterans, much like myself, are hearing impaired. There are several areas that we will discuss that will help you get through the hearing impaired scenario within your own family. Today, we're going to cover the environment. We're going to cover the speaker-listener relationship and technology. So there are 4 environments that you can affect that will help you and a hearing impaired person out. Now, wouldn't it be great if every environment we stepped into was just quiet and everyone can interact in a very calm manner? The reality is that it doesn't exist. So let's talk about the house. The house is a no-brainer. You can control the noise, so turn off the TV, turn off the radio, and don't compete with noise, electronic noise throughout the house. You want to make sure that happens. The next place is the car. The car is similar to the house. It's a no-brainer. Roll up your windows, turn down the radio, or turn it off if you're having a conversation. It'll help the conversation, two-way conversation, go a lot better. Going out and eating at a restaurant, a little bit more challenging. In a restaurant environment, you want to be honest with the people around you that you're hearing impaired. You also want to select a seat that's farthest away from the door or the kitchen to reduce the noise. And you want to make sure, maybe you want to pick a quiet restaurant, or you go to the same restaurant during off-peak hours. Those are all things you can do to help out the hearing impaired in an environment such as a restaurant. The last environment I want to talk about is public events. There could be weddings, there could be plays, there could be musicals, concerts. Public events, you want to make sure you get there early if you're selecting a seat. Some seats are better for the hearing impaired versus non-hearing impaired. Also, before you buy tickets to any public events, make sure that you ask the venue what are the best seats for the hearing impaired, and they will be able to tell you that. Well, we've talked about the environment, so now let's talk about the speaker-listener relationship. Now, a lot of times, a lot of husbands, especially here, he doesn't have hearing problems. He just has convenient hearing. Well, you know, that might be true in some situations, but again, in others, not so. So let's go back to the house again. In the house, what you want to make sure is that you don't yell at each other from room to room. That's something that you don't want to do because it just frustrates everyone. Get in front of the hearing impaired person. They're looking for visual cues. So you want to give them those visual cues, and the responsibility of that conversation really falls between the two of you. And if you're the hearing impaired person, be present in the conversation. It's not a reason for you not to be there and making it everyone else's responsibility. It's your responsibility to be present for that conversation as well. In a car, similar. Both of you need to do whatever you can to eliminate the noise, reduce the distractions. Speakers speak towards the person that's hearing impaired. And if you have to repeat, don't repeat and yell, rephrase and raise your voice just a little bit. If you're in a restaurant, be flexible with your choices. Also, again, tell everybody that you are hearing impaired. For the hearing impaired person, review the menu in advance so that you're not having to rely on the waiter or waitress telling you what's going on. Also, if you're having a conversation, concentrate on that conversation and try to tune out all the other noise the best possible. Now, if you're in a public, as a speaker, make sure that you test your equipment well in advance. Make sure that everyone can hear throughout the arena. When you speak, speak slowly, enunciate, and as you're speaking, look for facial cues. Those cues will tell you if your audience is bewildered or if your audience understands what you're saying. As the listener, I want to make sure that you are familiar with the venue, that you find the seat that best suits you, and read the program, read the agenda before you go to these meetings. The other area I want to talk about is technology. Technology on hearing aids has come such a long way. There's so much available right now to the hearing impaired person. So in your home, wear your hearing aids. You want to make sure you wear your hearing aids. There are wireless devices on these hearing aids that allow music and TV to play inside of them. So you want to make sure you do that. In the car, same thing. Wear your hearing aids. There's noise cancellation technology on the hearing aids. Also, there is microphones that you could put next to the passenger that stream their voice into your hearing aids. If you're in a restaurant, again, theme, hearing aids. You need to wear those hearing aids. They have noise cancellation systems in them. Look at the people that you're having conversations with. It's your responsibility to be present for that conversation. And if you're in a public, by law, in public arenas, they have to make hearing aid technology or hearing technology available to the impaired. So you want to be looking for devices that the venue offers up for hearing impaired people. T-loop technology that plays the music inside your ears. Seek, seek, seek. You want to make sure that you're looking for the best opportunities for yourself as a hearing impaired person. All right. So we've talked about hearing impairment. We've talked about the environments in which you can control, speaker, listener responsibility, and also the technology that's available for you. So in 10 years, there might be 100 million people that are hearing impaired. And guess what? It might not no longer be turn up your hearing aids, Grandpa. It might be turn up your hearing aids, kids.